Number 9. Unveiled by Zagato in 2007 and based on the 599 GTB Fiorano, it trades the factory Pininfarina skin for a sweeping double-bubble fastback or roofless spider shaped entirely for theater and long-legged V12 touring. Underneath its pure 599, 6-liter naturally aspirated V12 F1-style automated manual, or rarely a 6-speed stick. So the Nibbio keeps the 599's 612 horsepower soundtrack and, did we just hit 200 miles per hour? Capability, only now in evening wear. Documentation shows roughly 9 coupes and as many as 6 spiders. Fun fact, one Nibbio spider is the only example built on a manual gearbox 599 GTB. Important because Ferrari made only about 30 manual 599s in the first place. That makes it the final manual V12 Ferrari rebodied by a classic Italian carrozzeria, a pub quiz trump card if there ever was one. Number 8. Dreamed up in 1994-95 for Prince Abdul Hakim of Brunei, the FX took the Testarosa's flat 12 heart and wrapped it in a wild wind tunnel-honed Pininfarina body, then added the one thing the Prince specifically demanded: a racing-style semi-automatic with paddles. Pininfarina first tried a pro-drive-assisted system and later sent cars to Williams F1 to refine the setup. The result was arguably the first Ferrari road car with a genuine Formula One-style paddle shift, years before the showroom caught up. Pininfarina built an initial trio, the order expanded to 6, and other reports say the series totaled 7. Either way, rarer than a quiet flat 12. The celebrity of the bunch is FX number 4, finished in deep blue, the only car that reached Williams and the only one that escaped the jungle to a public home at the Marconi Museum in California. On its way to Williams, it allegedly munched through nearly 30 clutches, which is one way to make friends at a race shop. Number 7. Prince Jeffrey of Brunei asked Pininfarina for a family-friendly Ferrari, and they responded in the mid-1990s with a hand-built 5-door V12 wagon based on the 456 GT. 7 Venice estates were crafted, 6 reportedly going straight into the Brunei collection, leaving 1 roaming the wider world. Under the lengthened roof sat Ferrari's 5.5-liter V12 and a proper manual gated shifter, making the Venice both practical and gloriously unnecessary. Precisely why it's so beloved by nerdy Ferrari spotters. Each car is said to have cost around $1.5 million during that period, roughly 7 standard 456 at sticker price. So yes, it's the ultimate grocery getter if your groceries are caviar and your parking lot is a palace. Number 6. The F90 is one of those, "Are you sure that's real?" Ferraris, built in total secrecy by Pininfarina for Prince Jeffrey of Brunei, using the Testarossa as its mechanical backbone and an entirely new body and interior on top. 6 cars were completed, all for the Brunei Royale collection, and for years, Ferrari itself wouldn't even acknowledge that the project existed. Styled under Enrico Fumia at Pininfarina, the F90's name simply meant Ferrari of the 90s. And its look ran with Fumia's elliptical leitmotif theme wrapped around a dramatic, sharply creased silhouette. Underneath, the powertrain was essentially stock Testarossa, about 390 horsepower from the 4.9-liter flat 12 and a 5-speed manual. For years, the F90 was the ultimate Ferrari rumor until interviews and archival photos finally pulled it into the light, confirming the cars were real, Testarossa-based, and truly built without Maranello's knowledge. Number 5. The 512 TR Spider is the sort of car that makes even die-hard Ferrari nerds squint and ask, wait, they built that? Which is fair, because Ferrari never offered a drop-top 512 TR to the public. Instead, a tiny batch of special Spiders was created by Pininfarina in 1993, reportedly at Ferrari's behest for ultra-private clients, most famously the Brunei royal family. Depending on which well-placed source you trust, the count is either 2 or 3 cars. Either way, you can count them on one hand and still have fingers left to shift the classic gated 5-speed. Under the slatted engine cover sits the familiar 4.9-liter flat 12, from the 512TR Coupe, about 428 horsepower of opera house noise and 190 miles per hour bravado, with Pininfarina engineering in discrete chassis bracing to keep the roofless car from turning into al dente spaghetti. Number 4. Unveiled in 1966 and bodied by Pininfarina, it was a road-usable take on Ferrari's mid-engine P racing lineage, fitted with a 4.4-liter Colombo V12 and a 5-speed. But what everyone remembers is the cabin. 3 seats, with the driver in the middle like an Italian fighter pilot who brought 2 friends for gelato. Only 2 were built, making it rarer than a quiet V12 at full song. One car debuted at the 1966 Paris Motor Show in gardenia white. Johnny Agnelli was so smitten he ordered the second, finished in metallic gray with a subtle rear spoiler, because when you're the boss of Fiat, I'll have another is a valid design brief. Today, the 2 cars are celebrity unicorns. The Chinetti family's example surfaced at Gooding & Company's 2014 Pebble Beach sale, where bidding rocketed to an eye-watering $22 million, but still didn't meet reserve. The Agnelli car, meanwhile, has enjoyed museum cameos and even an emotional homecoming to Turin after restoration, reminding everyone that the central seat idea didn't start with the McLaren F1. Number 3. Built by Pininfarina to New York collector Peter S. Calico's brief, the Kappa kept the 5.7-liter V12 heart and grand touring soul of the 612, but wrapped it in bespoke bodywork and tasty one-off details. Think functional hood scoop lined in polished aluminum, added front fender vents, Enzo-style taillights, and a party-trick electrochromic sunroof that tints at the touch of a button. Only one exists, and period write-ups stressed that the Kappa shared essentially no exterior panels with a standard 612, pure tailor-made coach building in the 21st century. Under the skin, it remained every bit a 612. Front-mounted 60 degrees V12, 540 horsepower, rear-drive long-leggedness. So it wasn't about chasing lap times. It was about taste, heritage nods, and the kind of subtle flex that makes other Ferrari owners lean in for a closer look. Number 2. Built in 1983 by Michelotti on a Ferrari 400i chassis, it was commissioned for Saudi royalty, then given an angular, future-chic body with hidden pillars that make the glass look almost wraparound. Underneath, it's still a front-engine V12 Grand Tour, but the suit is pure 1980s concept car bravado. The Meera S doubled as a rolling tech demo. Period features reportedly included twin air conditioning, and a then-wild rear vision camera feeding a screen where the mirror should be, plus a bespoke Michelotti Technica instrument cluster. After an adventurous early life, the car received a full Ferrari Classiche refresh in 2010. During that process, the interior was returned to a standard 400i layout, trading some space-age flair for long-term sanity. Number 1. Born as a 330 GT Series 2, it was rebodied in period by Piero Drogo's Modena shop, Carrozzeria Sports Cars, at the request of Modenese nightclub owner Norbert Navarro. The Drogo body trades the factory Pininfarina curves for a sharp, geometric look, a narrow hood scoop above a rectangular grille with inset lamps, long glassy flanks, and a dramatic camtail rear with square lamp housings. Underneath, still classic 330 GT hardware, a 4-liter Colombo V12 and 5-speed manual, so the soundtrack remains pure Maranello, even if the suit screams Modena nightlife. There's only one Navarro special. Gooding & Company offered it at Pebble Beach in 2014 with a $400,000 to $600,000 estimate, calling it a fascinating one-off 1960s design statement.